Iran's foreign minister has said there's no agreement on a ceasefire with Israel. That comes about 2 hours after U.S. President Donald Trump announced that a ceasefire deal had been struck between the two nations after more than a week of hostilities. On social media, Abbas Araghchi said, as Iran has repeatedly made clear, Israel launched war on Iran, not the other way around. As of now, there is no agreement on any ceasefire or cessation of military operations. However, provided that the Israeli regime stops its illegal aggression against the Iranian people no later than 4 a.m. Tehran time, we have no intention to continue our response afterwards. The final decision on the cessation of our military operations will be made later. Let's go live now to Tauhid Asadi, who's in the Iranian capital, Tehran. Tauhid, so the Iranian foreign minister says no agreement has been reached yet, that a decision will be made later. What else are you hearing at this hour?
Yes, actually, this is what we heard from Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi coming out on a post on his X account saying that we cannot confirm so far that a deal has been reached. This is something that we have told you earlier, that so far there is no confirmation about a deal being reached. And of course, it seems controversial seeing some realities on the ground. First of all, we see a continuation of Israeli strikes. A few hours ago, up until the very last hour, we have been able to hear the sounds of explosion across the capital, and also reports about sounds of explosion being heard in Iranian different cities, meaning that Israeli strikes continue. And from the previous statements, I can tell you that Iranians are saying that they're not going to stop as long as Israeli strikes continue. And this is not the point that we seek this actually stopping of Israeli strikes. Therefore, based on previous statements, we cannot anticipate a possibility of ceasefire. And also there is this second point, which comes from the statements that we heard from the Iranian Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who came out a couple of days ago saying that Iran is not going to accept any imposed peace, and whether or not this deal, this proposal actually by the US president is going to be interpreted as imposed peace or agreed peace is something that we have to keep waiting. For the time being, we can say that Iranian side is talking about about the deal not being reached between the sides, but still for further developments, for further statements, we have to keep waiting to see what comes next.
All right, that's Tauhid Asadi live for us out of Tehran in Iran. Thanks so much, Tauhid. Hours earlier, President Donald Trump announced what he said was a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Iran. He congratulated both countries for agreeing to a complete and total end to hostilities. He said the ceasefire would take effect in stages over 24 hours. Here's what President Trump wrote. Congratulations, everyone. It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire in approximately 6 hours from now, when Israel and Iran have wound down and completed their in-progress final missions. For 12 hours, at which point the war will be considered ended. Officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire, and upon the 24th hour, an official end to the 12-day war will be saluted by the world. During each ceasefire, the other side will remain peaceful and respectful. On the assumption that everything works as it should, which it will, I would like to congratulate both countries, Israel and Iran, on having the stamina, courage, and intelligence to end what should be called the 12-day war. This is a war that could have gone on for years and destroyed the entire Middle East, but it didn't. All right, let's go live now to Heidi Jo Castro. She joins us now from Washington, D.C. Heidi, so it's been a really busy and sometimes confusing few hours with the messaging on all of this. Of course, we had that announcement from U.S. President Donald Trump that a ceasefire had been agreed to between Iran and Israel, and now we're hearing from the Iranian foreign minister that no final decision has been made. Are you hearing anything new from U.S. officials with regard to all this?
No, we're still waiting for a response from the Iranian announcement. Certainly